So we just finished talking about some of the risk factors of cardiovascular diseases, some of the factors or some of the things that predisposes us to cardiovascular diseases. And then we talk about age, we talk about obesity, we talk about physical inactivity, we talk about depression, we talk about smoking. There are several other factors, but then those were the ones we talk about today. What are some of the preventive measures we can take in place to prevent ourselves from heart diseases, to prevent ourselves from blood vessel diseases, the bigger umbrella, cardiovascular diseases? What are some of the preventive measures we can put in place? What are some of the healthy lifestyles we can put in place for us to be on the safer side, or for us to have less risks for developing this cardiovascular disease? Before we talk about that, we have to know that cardiovascular diseases, the risk at which men develop it at a very high rate as compared to females. So the rate at which men can get cardiovascular diseases are very high as compared to that of females. But that doesn't mean that females can also get cardiovascular diseases. They do, but most of the times it usually starts with them after menopause. But for men, they can develop it anytime too. We should be mindful of that. So now, healthy lifestyles or preventive measures we can put in place to reduce the risks. Again, we have to know that some of the factors are modifiable and some are non-modifiable. So when we say modifiable and non-modifiable, it means that some of the things that we can prevent, there are nothing we can do about it. And then the modifiable ones are the ones we can do something about as an individual. Talking about some of the non-modifiable factors, we talk about some of the risk factors to be age. So it means that an individual, no matter what, you will grow old. You cannot do anything about you growing old or you not growing old. Whether you like it or not, you will grow old. That is why we say that you are young now, engage in exercise. It will help you before you turn to age, because once you age, the blood vessels become very stiff, they become less flexible, and if it becomes less flexible, there will be reduced blood flow within your system, and this reduced blood flow will result to stroke, hypertension, and several other health diseases. So you are young now, you can't do anything about age, so start it now. By the time you get old, the exercise you've been doing at your younger age will have an effect on the heart and prevent you from this cardiovascular disease. Another one too is genetic. We say that it runs through the family. My father has it, my mother has it. The probability of you having it is also very high. So the thing you can do is that you as an individual, don't take the routine of your parents. If there are people that live sedentary lifestyle, there are people that do not engage in exercise, you as an individual now, you should engage in exercise. It will help you. If they take food that are high in caloric, food that are high in fat, you as an individual shouldn't go with that food routine. You should take more of less fatty food. You should take more of fruits and vegetables. That will help you. And also, we say that the probability of men having cardiovascular diseases are very high as compared to that of females. So gender here, but it doesn't mean that female will also not get it. And this one too, we cannot do anything about it. So now let's talk about some of the modifiable ones we can do, the healthy living ones that we can do that will prevent us from getting cardiovascular diseases. 1, you as an individual should engage in exercise. Engage in exercise. Exercise is medicine. Exercise is good. It will help you in several ways. If you exercise, the heart gets to function very well. Blood flow to it is very effective, and blood flow to the other parts of the body is very effective. Exercise is good, but then it doesn't just end there. You have to also work on your diet. You eat less caloric food that are not too high in fat, two that are not too high in sodium, salt. We as an individual should prevent ourselves from the three. No. We as an individual should prevent ourselves from the three whites, that is the salt, sugar and flour foods. You prevent yourself from eating this kind of things, or too much eating of them will reduce the risk for you developing cardiovascular diseases. That's what we can do as an individual. So if you are exercising and you are not working on your diet, it's like you are doing 50-50. You are preventing it one way, but then you are attracting it the other way. Exercise in combination with diet will help the lipoprotein to function very well. And talking about this lipoprotein, the lipoprotein is the molecular structure within the bloodstream that carries the fat deposit that enters the bloodstream. So this lipoprotein is a molecular structure that carries the fat deposits within the bloodstream, and if you exercise, it will help it to do its work well and very well, in combination with you combining a healthy diet to the exercise. Now, another thing we can do as an individual is to stop smoking or smoke cessation. We say that smoke helps to destroy the arteries of the wall. If smoke is destroying the arteries of the wall, and then it's allowing or creating room for fat deposition, and this fat deposition will prevent blood flow. It will cause blood blockage, which can cause heart attack, heart failure, and stroke. Why then should you engage in taking smoke? Why then should you engage in smoking? It's not very good. So you as an individual should do or avoid smoking, avoid cigarettes, weed, or any other thing you smoke. You as an individual should avoid it. Another thing that we can talk about, another modification we can talk about too again, is we talk about depression in the risk factors. So you as an individual right now shouldn't take this kind of sweet thing, sugar, the three white foods we are talking about. You shouldn't take them when you are being depressed. This also comes back to your lifestyle. And we talk about depression. Depression, we say that it leads to several factors that are related to the heart. So if you are being depressed as an individual, learn to manage your stress management. We already did some presentation on stress management. It's on Facebook, Star Plus TV channel. Just go there, look for it, help yourself how to manage your stress as an individual. It will help you. And if you manage your stress as an individual, the rate at which you will develop cardiovascular diseases will be very low. Now, what are some of the treatment measures we can put in place when one develops cardiovascular diseases? You can either, it comes back to lifestyle again. The treatment is that you engage in exercise. But you as an individual, if you notice that the signs and symptoms we mentioned, you have chest pain, you've been coughing, you have dizziness, you feel weak, you see swollenness in your legs, don't go straight to doing exercise. Go to the hospital, do a checkup so that they'll diagnose what actually is wrong with you before you engage in exercise. Ask your physicians questions to know more about your health. As an exercise therapist, before you start engaging in the exercise as an individual, too, if you notice the sign and the diagnosis are out, ask them the right question. Ask them to prescribe the right exercises for you before you engage in exercise. But if you know that you are someone that you not have these cardiovascular diseases, you can start engaging in cardiovascular exercises such as aerobic that helps you to take oxygen. It helps burn fat and several other things to help you as an individual. Sometimes when you have cardiovascular diseases, it has to go back to surgery because the fat accumulation is high, and if the surgery too doesn't go well, it means that you are going to lose your life. and surgery is one of the treatment protocols taken in place. Another one too is medication. You tend to take drugs every day, and that is not a beautiful feeling. I don't wish it for anyone. So to be at the safer side, now that nothing is going wrong, you feel that you are good, everything within your system is functioning well, try engaging in exercise. We have a short video that are some of the exercises that are cardio workouts we can do to prevent cardiovascular diseases, as is being shown on the screen. You can just have a look at it. Don't forget, we always say that before you engage in exercise, you as an individual should always do a warm-up. You should always do a warm-up before you start. You start your warm-up for at least 10 minutes. After that 10 minutes, you can take a break before engaging in the vigorous activity. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.